All right, another institution, by the way, undergoing major cuts, the U.S. Army. It is reducing the size of its total force by 24,000, or almost 5%, in preparation for future wars. Now, an Army document says the service is, quote, significantly overstructured. There are also not enough soldiers to fill existing units, by the way, due to recruiting shortfalls. I thought to myself, Mick, and you know about this significantly more than I do, but if the U.S. Army can cut, why can't the Defense Department cut? Why can't the federal government cut?
I'd be fascinated to know how this happened, because we tried to do this a bunch of times, and the Pentagon's answer was always, we can't cut, we can't cut, we can't cut. We're too small already. We need to be adding more people. So I'm not really sure what's driving this. I think there's a lot more to this story yet to come out, because this is groundbreaking. It is. For the Army to cut back on their sizes like this. They always told the lawmakers they can never do with less. Ever. I remember having conversations with the Secretary of Defense saying, can you save 1 penny on a dollar next year? And he said, we've tried. We can't do that. Keep in mind, this is an entity that is not auditable. They're not able to be audited by the federal government or by an auditing firm. They just can't. They're too disorganized. So there's a lot more here below the surface.
So back
to see when it comes out.
Back to my initial question. If they can cut, and I was thinking to myself earlier today, arguably the greatest operator of this century, business operator, is Mark Zuckerberg. Whatever you think about Meta or him, you can't deny he's one of the great operators of his generation. They just cut their workforce, and they're flush with cash. They just cut their workforce over the last year by 22% or so. So again, if the Army can do it, if one of the great companies of this generation can do it, why can't the DOD or anyone else in Washington do it?
I don't think anybody on the panel is arguing with you about that. But what Mick says is the Army doesn't know how to do it. They've never done it before. They've never been audited before. And so this is all new stuff.
So do you think this is the sign of something to come, or no? Or
yeah, there's going to be a lot of folks in the Hill that want to know about this.
Okay.
Want to know where the 24 are coming from, why, what. There's more here than just this.
And does it make us safe or less safe?
And that the reality is we need a more modern military that can. We're not going to fight two wars at the same time, or what we need more in the terms of cyber technologies, et cetera. But the real reason why we haven't had a bunch of cuts to military spending is Congress, because they want to protect military spending and don't want to have to defend cuts to our
back to my. And it's interesting to hear Mick say that, because if one can do it, and there's lots of questions about how one might this be the start of something new. I don't know. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.